Okay, I just finished filming for the last video, the Lambina video. Now I need to get the taste out of my mouth. I'm thinking about this one. What do you think about that one? This one is going to be, I think, Pinfire, but it's got decent brightness to it. Let me take it out where I can show it to you better. Alright, I'm tempted to do two. Look at the color bar. This camera's terrible like this. Let's take it out where I can show you in the light. That one's going to be wow. Let's look at our cuts for today. This one should be kind of a no-brainer. Come on, lighting. Kind of a no-brainer. Coober Pedy. Not quite Pinfire, maybe a little bit bigger than that, but that's kind of what we're seeing there. But good color, good thick color bar. But this one I'm thinking is going to be, look. Think we can cut something out of that color bar. It tapers back to not as much on that side, but I think we got a winner here. Let's hope. Let's start. We'll start with the Mr. Alright, we don't need that piece, or we can't do anything with it. This is kind of a weird color bar. Look at this. I noticed this earlier when I was looking at it. It almost looks blurred. Like it looks like the picture's out of focus, but that's just how it looks. It's going to be interesting to see how that faces. I haven't seen that before. Pretty straightforward here as far as what's top and bottom, I think. Got a little chip in the bottom that I'm working out. And then we got our bottom set now. Dude, this thing could easily be up two-sided. See how far we gotta take it down to. So we know that, that chipped piece right there kind of sets our depth. If we're going to get the whole thing, that's the thickest we can be. The other option is to cut that piece off or grind it off. Maybe that's the right thing to do, is cut this off, get a stone there, and then get a double-sided, thicker stone there. Because, I don't know, that's borderline. By the time we actually, it's going to be thinner than what we're seeing there. For a stone that big, is that too thin? Maybe not. Maybe not. Let's think about that. And let's see how it faces higher up in the color bar. If it's good enough that we don't want a chance going through it, that might make our decision for us. This one is one that is just, it's pretty much exactly what you see when you look at it is what you're going to get. Whole big thick slab of, except for that weird side that's just kind of blurry. I wish these came thick enough to face them from the cool side. So go for the whole thing? Man, it's hard to make that decision. Let's start on the other one while I think about it. Alright. Pretty straightforward. Clean up the side, clean up the edge of it. See exactly where our coder bar is running. It kind of... Man, what's up with these undulating color bars lately? Does gravity not count when this stuff is getting laid in? Okay, so right there is our thinnest part of our color bar, right here on this corner. More of that might have to come off, but that's kind of the working area that we have now. Which side do we take it in from? I'm looking at it from the top here, from the top here. It looks like it might be about 6s. 6 on one side, half a dozen on the other. Top. That top. I think that's the side we want. The question is, do we have enough? I think we're kind of stuck with grief. These color bars that angle through your potch. This is kind of a slope where it's high here, angling down to low here, and when they're that's not a problem when they're thick enough to be able to make your bottom be either side, but there's not enough potch with the same problem we had last night. There's not enough potch here, so if we face it from this side down, the problem is by the time we get to here, but I don't know that we have a choice. Don't know that we have a choice but to do that. So that's what we will do. I think this right here is our bottom. I don't want to take off any more than we have to. I think it's going to be two-sided. I think that's what's going to happen. Because look what's happening in our bottom. There's our bottom. Let's see what the other side looks like. Might take a lesson from last night about how differently they face from both sides. I don't think we can go wrong from either direction. Which side would you shoot for? For an entry, answer that question or any other one in the video for an entry for the giveaway. Which side would you go in? A? B? I mean, we still got quite a bit of potch covering it, but that color's already coming through. Got that side and we got this side. Almost identical to that stone last night. This is not the same parcel, but it's doing the same thing where we get kind of a floral pattern on this side and a broad flash on this side. Maybe not quite so prominent this time, but same thing's going on. I don't think I have enough to get both of them. Alright, we're going to put that one down for a second and think about it. Well, we start with this one. Thicker than we need to be for the one side. It's just so close to being thick enough here. If the stone wasn't that big, that would be plenty for a smaller stone. are not easy decisions. I'm dithering. I'm tempted to be greedy and get the biggest one we can get there. That's what we're going to do. Let me get a template out. Alright, here's what I went with. It's a 15 or maybe a 14 oval there. And a 12 here. The reason why I went 12 here is looking at it, I might be able to get a double-sided stone there. That's kind of in the center of where the color bar is. I'll cut both of them slightly bigger than that to see if I can maximize it, but that's what I'm hoping to end up with. Dealing with all the issues and stuff that I see in them. Those are the two biggest sizes that I think I can get. One is a narrow oval, one is a wider oval. Let me dop them up and start from there. We got plenty of water flowing. We'll probably go to within about that distance away from my template. I feel like we might have more waste than we needed. Alright, next one. Alright, somehow I didn't get either one of these glued on here with the dang. Hold on. There's number one. Number two. Good old penny fire. We get the love for pin fire here. It's consistent. It's full color bar, top to bottom. Just about didn't matter where we cut them, we were going to get something. This is the type of material that you'll get from Coober Pedy for, $2 to $5 a carat. If you're paying much more than that for this stuff, you probably ought to keep looking. And I think this is going to be a nice stone. I think it's going to be nice. I think we're ready to start going in. I think we ended up with at least one size larger than we traced it at. Look how cool the color is on the sides of this, man. I think we might go for two-sided on this one, but we'll see. Okay. What do you think of pinfire so far? It doesn't have the big color flash, the big pattern flash, but it's consistent top to bottom, left to right, color all the way through, no dead spots, consistent. Good night. How do you not like that? We're going to have a decent dome on it. I probably could double side it. If I feel like I can do it without losing anything here, I will. That one's ready to hit the 1000 grit wheel now. And that's just one that the fun stuff about that is you pretty much know what you're going to get when you look at it. Coober Pedy. A lot to like about it. Alright, we're getting close. We're getting there. So this is our pattern side of the red. It may not end up being red. That's what we're calling them. We got our pin fire. Time to see what we can bring out of them. 1000 grit isn't going to take a whole lot off. It's not going to change my shape significantly unless I really spend some time trying to do that. But I think I still have a little bit of potch covering the top of this. At least I'm hoping it clears up just a little more. How are we doing? Still got a little bit of pop. Alright, a little bit of finished work on at least the pin fire. We're just about there on this one. There's not much more that needs to happen other than I'm just going to make sure I have all the scratches out of the face. Raising that dome up slightly. All right, I think we're there on that one. Let's wrap this up. I think both of those turned out nice. Kind of a preference thing. I like the kind of pin fire ones because they're consistent, they're predictable, they're fairly inexpensive, and so those ones are fun to know when you start that you're probably going to end up with something that's good. The other one turned out good too, and probably better. It's more valuable. Let's check them out. All right, let's start with Mr. Pinfire. The thing that I like about this is it's consistent, top to bottom, left to right. You know what you're going to get. You see it from every side, from every angle. It's beautiful. It's reactive. Let me weigh this one, see where we're at. This one is, what's your guess? I'm going to say we are... I almost went double-sided on this one, but this one's a very clean, nice stone. Critique my cut right there. I'm going to say 4 carats. Let's show you so I don't have to just take my word for it. 3. All right, that wasn't as big as I thought. So that's that one. 3 carats. Maybe it's just a little bit thinner than I was thinking. Some material just seems to be heavier or lighter than you think, but anyway, nice one. Let's pull this one out. I almost went two-sided on this one. It's in there. This is the broad flash side, just like the piece last night. I don't know if you can see it because I had to leave the potch on it, but you can tell that there's a red broad flash in there. And that might have been the cooler side to face, but I picked the safe kind of floral pattern side. I can't see if you're, oh, there we go. The mount from my camera mount blocks the center of the camera, so when I try to center you up, I can't see what I'm showing you. But again, let me get this out of the way. It's beautiful. It doesn't have the red. We were calling it red. I think it would have from the other side maybe. But it's another one with a little bit better, floral pattern. This one is going to say, if that one was 3 carats, then this one right here I'm going to say is 2.5. 2.5. Ooh, 2.47. 2.47. I wasn't too far off on that one. Which one do you like better? Don't forget, if you answer a question asked on the video, you're entered into a giveaway. One of these two might be the giveaway. It depends on how much, it depends on how much interaction I get. If I get like 3 people, then yeah, I'm happy to give one of them something. But if there's good interaction and everything that's worthwhile, then I'd like to do more of them. So like and subscribe, comment on the video. Appreciate you. Thank you.